Season 9, Episode 6, Sunderland in the top division, and it's the climax of the season. We're on a bit of decent form. An unbeaten episode last time, 6 games left. What can we do at the end of the season? We're starting back from 11th. There's potential to rise, potential to fall. Okay. A big win for Everton there. Puts them out of our reach temporarily. Everton playing again. So a lot of the teams still with games in hand. We've dropped to 12th. Jardell's renewed his work permit. That's handy because we were wanting to get rid of him really. Illich is the man we need to get under contract, if I remember rightly from the previous episode. He's on 30 grand already. His contract runs out soon and he's a good player. And he wants the same wages till 09. I think we can comply with that. A trip to Tranmere, who have their only goalkeeper suspended. So they'll be putting what I'd call a drone goalkeeper in goal. They beat us, I believe, early in the season, but they are on awful form at the moment, so we really want to attack them. We really want to attack this team. So Kenizer's in goal. That was our last game against Arsenal. We'll continue. We're on a good unbeaten run, so we won't be making too many changes. But I think we'll leave Barbel out. Illich is injured still for a few days, so he came back and now he's out again. So we'll give Brennan that role, shall we? Yeah. 6. I think we'll use Boothroyd for this one as an attacking player, and Sartas on the wing. And that gives Del Nevo the midfield spot. Clive and Filipov up front. And on the bench we have one of the Talentires. Well, we'll put Barbel back in there actually. He's played well. Morris. Wilcox has scored in one game, but we've got the 3 foreigners we can use, so we'll pop Jardell on there. Svetanov and Darren Eady. So we need a little change on the left. Leave Wilson away out from this one. I know he's made a decent first game, but we really want to be attacking in this game. Sartas is back to take corners. It's really a low point in the season, early in the season, when Tranmere beat us. And they have a go at us already, but they're one down. Clive on the end of that. What can we do from here? 2 minutes gone and we've been on the end of 2 shots, so we certainly haven't won this yet. Let's hope it cools down a bit. Clive very much involved, but other than that goal, some quite wayward shooting. Certainly we're looking good at the moment in this game. This could give us a good advantage, and it does. Yeah, had that feeling. Tranmere are a bit vulnerable, and I think we do well to lose this from here. maybe I spoke too soon. 2-1. Is this the hat-trick? Nope. Yeah, definitely spoke too soon. 2 each. What was I saying? And our goalkeeper again. Let's get. Oh, the game. Obviously thinking that that was too much for Tranmere to equalise. That gives you confidence for the rest of the game. You feel it's on your side. But certainly not won this yet. We really need our goalkeeper to make a save. So 2-1. I think the feeling's mutual with Tranmere with their keeper, but of course he's a drone goalkeeper. So Tranmere with more shots on target at the moment, so you really need to be a bit careful. Maybe protect the lead at some point, but I think it's best to go for a third. Well, he's made a save. Just got to hit the target more. First corner of the game, I think. Oh, could have done with just putting that one on target. We've still not won this game. So I think we had a bit of a blip with the recording there, but not missed much. Really conceded too many shots to Tranmere here. Should we stop attacking? I think we should try and win the game. So many times they got behind our defence. Cazares makes the save that time. Yeah, I think we should probably tone this down to a normal formation. Our defence is getting a bit exposed. To bring on Svetanov for Boothroyd. He's not really had a great game. Now we're relying on our keeper. Certainly this game has not turned out how it looked like it was after 25 minutes. This is not getting any better. Cazares has saved it for us, to be fair. Can we hold on for the 3 points? Well, still not there on 91. Really trying to give this away. I think that'll be the final whistle now. Yeah. So 3 points, a disallowed goal in our favour, and a 9 out of 10 in the end from the keeper, Clivett, but pretty average the rest of the team. Good performance from Svetanov when he came off. So we'll take that and move on with the little warning we could have done better. So we're still 11th. A couple of teams with games in hand, but look at the points now, 49. 4 teams on 49. Coventry, Sunderland, Chelsea and Tottenham, 2 points on 50. So there is a big log jam here. And a few wins is going to take you up the table. So we're running out of games, 5 left. But that was an important win. So transfer deadline has already gone by, and that's not really what we want. Clivett, Illich has rejected the contract that he asked for. Edie's still getting called up by England. Plenty of call-ups now. Crystal Palace out of the Cup Winners' Cup in the semi-final. Good effort. Everyone's fit. Nope, we can't give him any more money. Let's give him that extra year this time. Newcastle at home. No. They've got a few injuries, but they've still got a lot of good players, so I think we're going to bring the sweeper back for this one. It seems to work. Sorry, the defensive. It seems to work quite well. We're against a team with a lot of good players. Canizares keeps his place after that performance. Piper, I think, got a 7. And we got an 8. So improved performance from him. Cretier, unhappy. Wants to move to a bigger club. Well, he performed for me, and you might do. Duncan, O'Neill, and Bubble comes in at 6. Del Nevo's going to stay at 8. I'm going to leave Brennan out. We'll give Svetanov that midfield role after that good performance. We've got Ilic back, of course, haven't we? Actually, he's fit. So Ilic is going to take the 8 shirt. Del Nevo, though, look at the stats he's got. Is he going to suit the 11 or 7? I think we'll put him on the bench for now. He can come on. He will come on. Filipov hasn't scored for a while. Clive up now 20 goals. I think these players might not want to move to a bigger club if we can get ourselves into, say, the top 6. So, let's see where we can go with that. Substitutes will be, I'll put Wild on the bench for this one. He can cover a couple of places. We need to drop Yardell to the 3 foreigner rule, so Wilcox moves back onto the bench. Del Nevo will play 15, and Boothroyd and Wilson, really. I think if we're not playing a left midfielder, I think we'll go with Boothroyd for this one. We might want to attack more. Put Svetanov on direct free kick, shall we? And O'Neill captain. Newcastle at home. We've beaten them before. This is a tough one. They're second in the league. And we are conceding lots of one-on-ones, aren't we? We certainly did to Tranmere. So let's hope we can put a stop to that. A draw would be a decent result, but our position in the league, we've really got to get wins to get up that table. Well, he's struggling, so he's fine. I think we'll stay with him. Probably miss the next match, especially if we've got an Easter Monday fixture. I'm not sure. So Morris may come in the next match, but I don't think leaving him on makes much difference. Clive missing. That's unfortunate. I could have done with that one. That's a decent display though. We've held our own in this match. Will someone nick it in the second half? Yeah, Newcastle from a corner. We're still conceding goals, aren't we? We've had a season where we've scored a lot and conceded a lot. Just give us a little bit longer, then we're going to have to move to a more attacking formation. Alright, I think 4-4-2. Del Nevo will come on for a babble. Pleased with Duncan's performances. That's 726, that's why he's been chosen ahead of Babel. Fullback, we're a bit weak, aren't we? Try Wild for Piper. Don't use too many subs yet though, so let's just go with this one for now. This might be our first defeat in a while. Let's try something else. We'll just leave the attack until about the last few minutes. Players are doing okay, aren't they, really? Filipov a little bit off form. Let's give that a little bit longer. Playing, we're on top at the moment. If I go attacking, or should I just go for all out attack on 85? Might be a better option. Yeah, we're creating the chances and we've scored, so we did well to leave that one. Say we, I mean I, obviously. So yeah, pleased with that. Now do we defend that? Well, they've gone with a defensive sub. I'm not convinced that's that defensive. Oof, Filipov. Should have won that. Could go either way now. Seems to be going their way. Should we defend this or just see it out? We'll take the point. And it's going to be frustrating that our league position, we just can't make that breakthrough, but a win and a draw each game is keeping us up there. Good performance. Slightly the better side, draw probably the correct result. (5-0). So we stay 11th still, and we're still on the cusp. Look at all those teams on 50 points. The top 12 are 5 clear. So with 4 games left, still an opportunity. We've got to be looking for wins at the end of the season now. There's a possibility of a European place. But, bearing in mind though, games in hand for Chelsea, Nottingham Forest and Liverpool. Goalie's out for a week. And there's one of the games in hand, and they didn't really get that far ahead, did they? So that little gap. Illich is signed. And yep, we will be playing with our reserve goalie, but Morris needs that chance. We did buy him. Coventry away. Quite a good side. The draw specialists. Look at that. 7 in a row. I think we'll go back to our 4-4-2 for this one. Morris in goal. Piper's piping up a bit with his form. He's doing okay. Not sure on Cretier now. Got talent higher, is equally as good. Yeah, I think we will put Talentire in it. It's not the first game. Creator's a bit unhappy, so go with Talentire. We'll go with Duncan and O'Neill. We've got Illich. Svetanov. Bring Delnivo back into the side. Filipov, I'm a little concerned about his goal scoring form. We'll keep him in. I think that's the team. We'll put Babel, Allen, Wilcox, we'll give Wilson and Boothroyd the two other substitute positions. Might get Wilcox on for this one. There we go. This is going to be a tough one. I don't ever seem to beat Coventry very often. Filipov really not on goal scoring form. I mean, he was almost a goal a game when we bought him. A decent start. Very decent start here now. Can we capitalise with a goal? Well, it's a fault of Clive, really, don't we? They seem to have weathered our storm. Can we come back at them again? Not yet. Looks like they're going to have a little bit of pressure. Confidence boosting save for Morris. We hope. A half of two halves, I'd say. We dominated the first half of the first half. Coventry have dominated the second half of the first half. That would have been nice to sneak that one in for half time, but going at 0-0. Not a bad half. 6 players underperforming though. Might just be one goal wins this. That's not going in at the moment, is it? I think we might have to go for the win at some point, try and attack them, but playing quite well. Not taking our chances. Clivett's had a dip, but you always feel he'll score, so I don't think really want to bring on a sub. It's just such an average performance against a team that have drawn 7 games in a row. I might try the diamond. I'll take down. Delnever's struggling a bit in this game. Try the diamond with Wilson. and get Sartas in the middle. He can often play better there, I think. Shooting's been off target, hasn't it? And the better side this half. Now we've got a one-on-one for Filipov. He's missed it. Well, it's been saved. Can we just nick this at the end? Been on top this second half, and now Coventry can have a late go at us. It's be a shame to lose this one here. Oh, we always seem to concede something in the 90th minute, and it's going to be a shot on our goal. Come on, Morris. He's done enough. He's done enough there. Well done, Morris. Clean sheet. Well, 2 draws in a row is not really what you want when you're battling it with so many teams. But in isolation, that's not a bad result. Coventry's 8th draw in a row. They're, of course, level with us in the league on points, so we've just dropped below them. I think we certainly need to win our next home game, and then let's see what we can do. 4 points from the last 2 could get us into the top 6. Still there or thereabouts. I think we're done for the top 4 out of reach, and of course these games in hand are going to make a difference. They may be playing Newcastle in them because they've only played 32. So let's continue. The unbeaten run continues though. Let's have a look at that now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We did this with Portsmouth. When we get going, we can get on these unbeaten runs. 15, 1 defeat in 15 and 9 unbeaten. But quite a few draws in there though. So a few of the games in hand have been played, and that's left us in 12th. And yeah, that does look a bit more difficult now. We've certainly got to win the next game to get us into contention for the last 2. So with no further ado, Clivett. We are a big club, you just don't realise it yet. We don't want to upset him, so no one can buy him really at this time of the season, so let's let him have that request. There you go, look. It was a bluff. Just wanted to test us out. He's suspended anyway now. Svetanov. The Jordan Svetanov twins. I don't know, ours was presumably the right back, yeah. Morris on the bench. Don't think he's had a cap yet, no. So that's quite good. Nigel Wilson's playing for Scotland. Back in the side. Good performance. Keith O'Neill, good performance. That makes much difference, but it's just interesting to see how they're getting on. Stan sacked. Liverpool lose to Newcastle. More Premier League games. Still 12th. I think there's a Chelsea game in hand. Pretty much decent results for us. Just keeping them all within range if we can go for some wins. So Forest, they're one of our competitors for a place. 4 points ahead of us. So this is not going to be an easy game. Especially with our striker suspended. They got a few out themselves, but their foreign players are their best players. They're overperforming, really. They've done a good job, haven't they? And they're on a bit of... They're winning 4, so... Got to try and go for this one. So we'll brought Canizares back in. We'll stick with Talentyre, Piper, Duncan and O'Neill, Illich, Svetanov, Del Nevo, and we'll bring in, it should be drop Svetanov so we could bring Yardell in. Really, I'm not that convinced by Yardell. I think Wilcox deserves another chance. So Wilcox, Filipov, Sartas. Noel Williams moves on to the bench. We could put a Boothroyd actually as a striker. So I'm not convinced I'd bring Neil Williams on, really. Wanted by Celtic, but didn't really impress last season. Yeah, I think I'll have Boothroyd on the bench for the striker's position. We'll go with Edie instead of Wilson for this one, and we'll have Brennan on there. Filipov on penalties. It's got the potential to turn into an attacking lineup. Here we go. Oh, Khan, he always denies us, doesn't he? Khan. At least we got that one on target. Pretty even. We really can't afford to draw this game if we want to. Oh, that's Parry, of course, who we had at Portsmouth. If we want to get ourselves up there. So it's a bit of a balance. We've got Forest on the ascendancy at the moment. But we've got to go for the win in the second half, that's for certain. Filipov is just not scoring now. Goals starting to be a problem. Very even first half. Yeah, not much going forward. And Forest shaking it up. It's a stalemate, isn't it? We're going to have to try and break that stalemate. We can't afford to just watch this go to 0-0, so we'll go attacking in 5 minutes' time. So, do we bring Boothroyd on as a winger or a striker? We're going to have to. Svetanov's doing okay there. So we'll bring. I don't know if Wilcox is doing better than Filipov there. Yeah, I think Boothroyd's position is attacking and Svetanov isn't. So Svetanov's the man to make way. Edie could come on for Sartaz a bit later just to throw over the dice. Sartaz is not doing a lot, but he'll prefer now to be in an attacking role, hopefully. Not done a lot, is it? Oh dear. Disappointing performance so far. Goalie saved it. Open ourselves up a bit, maybe. Sabinilli always seems to be involved in everything. Yes, that's not getting any better. Let's chuck Edie on at the end there. Not happening. Forest too tight defensively, or are they? Could have been the last chance there. This could be our third consecutive draw. Or a defeat. Really ain't done enough to win this one, have we? That's disappointing. Forest are a good side, but 0-0. Had 0-0 all the way through, it looked. O'Neill, man of the match. Some fairly good performances, but we're not going to break into the top teams. It's so frustrating, really. On a long unbeaten run, but too many draws now. We're still in the bottom half of the division, to be fair. And the teams above are starting to edge away. So with 2 games left. 13 wins, 13 draws, 10 defeats. But after a bad start, that's a good recovery, but it's going to be another season of mid-table mediocrity. Satisfied, and want to see a bit more than that, don't we, really? Liverpool are out of our reach now, I presume. Yeah. There's no one behind us who can catch us, I don't think. No, Villa are 4 points away, so we've got to go for 2 wins, and there's no doubt in that. We went for the win in the last game, it didn't come off. We've got Blackburn away, and they're 18th. So, I'm going to have a quick look, but they ain't got that many great players. They don't score very well. They won the last game at Man United, so they're on good form, but there's a few nils there, isn't there? They don't score many goals. So, we're going to have to go for this one. We've been a bit unconvincing this episode, haven't we? We haven't looked bad, but the only game we did win against Tranmere wasn't that convincing. So we're going to bring in Boothroyd on the left. We'll stick with Sartas for now. And obviously Clive will be back in. So that's a first choice team, really. And I'm going to put Yardell on the bench this one. Leave Svetanov out. Give Wilson maybe another chance if we decide to pull back to a normal midfield formation. Clive back on penalties. Okay, so Blackburn away, and we're looking to take the game to them. Our penultimate match of the season. That's not the sort of thing we want. Gone behind. We're going to have to make a comeback in this one. He needs this one, and he's got it. He's back on the score sheet. That's just what we wanted. First chance, really. Yeah, Blackburn's certainly the better side so far. Can we take some confidence with that equaliser? Not really. Good goalkeeping there. This is an awful performance. It really is. Now we're losing. had one shot. Really could be further behind. Don't seem to be playing until we go behind. Well, we've tried to attack them, but midfield is just producing nothing, isn't it? I'm playing better. Got plenty of the ball, but nothing happening here. There's not much we can do when we're already on attacking, is there? Make some subs, but this is not how I thought this game would turn out. Important challenge, don't see that often. Well, he's kept us in the game, there's no doubt about it. I think we're going to move to the diamond because this formation's just not working. Delnevo's petered out a bit at this time of the season, and he Boothroyd as well, but we didn't put. We went with a different striker on the bench. I didn't think we'd be having this problem. Thought we might be on top and not be scoring. So we'll bring Wilson on. Might have made a difference. Not getting any better, is it? Not at all. So just the amazement is Blackburn have only scored 2, as they could absolutely have hammered us in this game if it weren't for our keeper. So let's try and change it again. Just we're not getting anything out of our midfielders. Let's go to a 4-3-3 and then should we push Boothroyd up? Put Filipov on the left, shall we? I can't seem to grab the right thing. I'm going to bring. Let me cancel that a minute. I'm going to bring Yardell on, I think. Don't know whether to play Filipov in the middle or up front. Trouble is I can't see that middle one because there's a pane over it. That's it, I've got it now. Yeah, we'll take Sartas off. No, we'll keep him on. We'll bring on Yardell for Boothroyd. There we go. Yeah. Goalkeeper man of the match, there's no doubt about that. And I'm afraid that's sort of bringing the season petering out. We've got one game left, so we'll just try and win it. Nothing much else more we can do here. It looked promising, but that's 4 without a win. And we finish off against Southampton. And we will just give it a go, won't we? Kenizer's probably his last game. He's 36. He's had a good season again, though. Hyper Talentire. Del Nevo's going to be going back. He's played a lot. 17 on loan. We'll try and buy him in the next season, but no promises there. Bring Svetanov back in for that. I probably should have played him in the last game. Put Wilcox on the bench. Boothroyd and Wilson. Okay, it's the last match. Southampton at home. Can we end up with a win? If we win, we'd end the episode with more wins and defeats again. So we're definitely on a good arc. That defeat in the last game was the first for a long while, so maybe we just came from too far back and it was just too much for us, but we were definitely off form. I mean, I could just see that goal coming. Certainly we're going to be thinking about our new players for next season. We need to do goalkeeper, I think. We've got plenty there. I think we possibly a right back and someone in midfield. That's 1-1. So I think we're good for strikers. Filipov and Cliver have done their job this season. Wilcox can step in. He's got a couple. But midfield have been hit and miss, haven't they? We'll try and buy Del Nevo. Illich is pretty solid, but the wide men really. Boothroyd had a good run, but he's not performing now. Sartas is on and off. Svetanov is on and off. They'll have a good game and a bad game. So we'll be looking to make some signings in the closed season again. But good long unbeaten run we had. I think the basis is there to go for and this is the first full season we've had with Sunderland. I think we can go for it next season. Starting to play better in this game as well. A lack of goals from midfielders, really. But they're all playing well in this game. That's better to see. Christian Vieri, how old must he be at this point? He's only 32. It's moving away from us a bit this game. I think we'll intervene with a substitution. Okay, it's okay what we need. Let's just try Boothroyd again for setting off in the more attacking position. Nearly an instant action there. It's the last game. Let's just go all out attack for the last 5 minutes. Can't harm, can it? No. Another draw. So 4 draws, 1 win, 1 defeat. Disappointing episode. Good performance from everybody there. But their goalkeeper didn't seem to do that much, but we're going to finish 12th. And in the end, 5 points away from 11th. 13 wins, 14 draws, which is our downfall, obviously. 11 defeats. 12th place. Newcastle win the league. So we finished 12th. Where did we finish last season? 15th. So they have a history of doing well since they got promoted in the first season. So they were in trouble when we joined, but we've won 3 more games than we did last season, scored more goals, conceded a bit more. So we've made progress, but not the progress we'd really want. We want to get back to these days. So really want to get stuck into the transfer market in the close season and see if we can get that back up the top of the league. Just wait for the transfer market to come open before we finish the episode. I thought he was already on the list, to be fair. Chelsea win the FA Cup. We've kept our job. At the start of the season we thought we'd be losing the job, so it's been a success as far as that's concerned. We've stabilised, we're moving in the right direction. But it's a crucial season next season. England, Darren Eadie's in the England World Cup squad. Got plenty of players called up. Yardell's in the Brazilian World Cup squad and he can't even get in our side. So right, so the transfer market's back. So good time to end the episode. So yeah, if you like the video, press like. If you want to subscribe, press subscribe. And thanks for watching.